In redesigning the Forester for 2003, Subaru has expanded on our theme of sports utility tough, car easy. The 2003 Forester is available in three models: the 2.5X, the 2.5XS, and the 2.5XS Premium package. It is available with either the 5-speed manual or 4-speed electronic automatic transmission. The exterior of the 2003 Forester has been restyled, and the interior has even more comfort than before. The new Forester has a stronger body structure and uses the same type of subframe introduced with last year's Impreza WRX. The vehicle's weight has been reduced for improved handling. And of course, it features Subaru's all-wheel drive for sure-footed safety. Although the 2003 Legacy is essentially a carryover from 2002, the exciting news is the introduction of the OnStar system. This video includes important information about OnStar. This program outlines the proper procedures and recommended sequence for performing a pre-delivery inspection on the 2003 Forester. We'll also look at some of the features of the 2003 Legacy and Baja light utility truck. If you've done a PDI on an earlier Subaru model, you'll find the procedure for the 2003 Forester similar. There's a pre-road test inspection, a road test, and a post-road test inspection. As always, remove the PDI checklist from the owner information kit in the glove box and record the vehicle identification number and the dealer code. The 2003 Forester has a new lower aluminum hood. Slide a finger across the top of the grille to locate the release lever. Slide it to the passenger side of the vehicle to release the secondary hood latch. Activate the vehicle's memory circuits by moving the 15-amp fuse from the transit location in the main fuse box to the memory circuit slot. Check the fluid levels. If any are low, add the correct recommended fluid as necessary. All reservoirs are translucent with yellow caps. Work carefully to avoid spills. The new lower hood on the Forester requires the use of a remote power steering reservoir. The level can be checked through the reservoir. Next, connect the air conditioning compressor clutch leads. Note that the driver's door lock cylinder is the only key position on the exterior of the vehicle. This cylinder will lock and unlock the driver's door only. Turn the ignition switch to the on position, but don't start the engine. You should hear a chime, as well as various solenoids. The fuel pump should run briefly. Make sure all the warning lamps light. The vehicle performs this bulb check each time the ignition switch cycles to on. Operate the turn signals. Verify that the turn signals work front and back, and that the turn signal lamp indicators in the instrument cluster also work properly. Turn the front windshield wiper de-icer on and leave it on. Make sure the LED indicator illuminates. The system shuts off automatically after 15 minutes. Note that the 2003 Forester now has an additional line in the front wiper de-icer and the rear window defogger grids for improved wiper de-icing. Check that the front and rear windshield wipers work in all switch positions. Turn the headlights on and make sure the headlights work on both low and high beams. To service a headlight assembly, the grille and filler panel around the headlight need to be removed. Take care not to break the clips. Verify that the instrument panel lights brighten and dim when you operate the variable illumination control. The 2003 Forester has a new instrument cluster, which includes the gear shift indicator and a low fuel warning light. Press the hazard flasher button and make sure the hazard flasher indicators are both working. Have a helper verify that the rear lights work correctly. Now apply the brake pedal to release the transmission shift lock. Note that the shift lever now has a gate. There is no button to unlock the lever. Apply the parking brake and make sure it is properly adjusted. Make sure the parking brake indicator light works. Next, disconnect the green inspection mode connector. Turn the ignition switch to the off position. Locate and separate the connectors, then tuck them back under the instrument panel. All Forester models are equipped with a front seat ashtray and lighter receptacle. No lighter is delivered with the vehicle. Use only lighter part number 86719SA000, as other lighters may be too long. If they make contact with the ashtray door when it is closed, the lighter may be engaged all the time. Connect the new Select monitor. Turn the ignition switch to on and check for diagnostic trouble codes. Leave the new Select monitor connected for the road test. Test the horn. Check the fog lamps. The switch is on the instrument panel to the left of the steering column, along with the main cruise control switch. Check the operation of the remote power mirrors. Set the clock to the correct time. The new clock position makes it necessary to open the center dash storage door to adjust the time. Check the operation of the radio. Test a CD or tape cassette deck, as equipped, and make sure all the controls work. Adjust the height of the steering wheel. Set the friction lock and make sure it locks the steering wheel in position. With the ignition switch off and with the key removed, turn the steering wheel and verify that it locks. The window controls are illuminated when the ignition switch is in the on position. Check the function of all power windows. Check the power door lock operation as well as the power window lockout switch. Make sure the fuel door opens and closes properly. Inspect the fuel cap and reinstall. Verify the fuel cap is tight. Make sure the child safety door locks operate properly. Verify that the door cannot be opened from the inside when the safety lock is activated. Leave the door in the unlocked position. Check the tire pressure at each wheel and install the center caps. Verify correct wheel fastener torque. Check the lubricant level in the rear differential. The differential section uses gear oil. The limited slip section is sealed and is non-serviceable. Verify that mounting bolts are tight on the crossmember, the steering rack and pinion gear assembly, and the lower control arms. Now, take the vehicle out for a road test. During the road test, use common sense and follow these safety rules. Don't play the radio except when you're testing it. Obey all speed limits and traffic regulations. And always wear seatbelts. Throughout the road test, try to see, hear, and feel things from the customer's point of view. Remember, if it doesn't feel right to you, it probably won't feel right to the customer. Check the engine performance in its different operating modes. Check that the transmission is performing properly, with no slipping or binding. With the vehicle moving, make sure it turns smoothly and that the steering does not bind. Check that all the instruments work correctly. Check the operation of the cruise control. The main switch is on the instrument panel to the left of the steering column. Make sure the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning controls all work. If equipped with automatic air conditioning, test the control settings. The 3 control dials indicate their position by illuminating LEDs. Before returning to the shop for the post-road test inspection, fill the fuel tank. This is important and must be done for every new Subaru that is delivered. After filling the vehicle's fuel tank, bring it back to the shop for the post-road test inspection. Check again to see if any DTCs have been set. Now that the vehicle has reached normal operating temperature, check the automatic transmission fluid level again. Check the spare tire pressure and make sure the vehicle's tool kit and the emergency jack kit are all in place. Make sure you've checked everything on the PDI form. If you notice any problems that require service or repairs, tell your service manager. Be sure to sign and date the PDI form. Now let's review some of the 2003 new products. Forester 2.5XS and 2.5XS Premium Package models are equipped with electronic brake distribution. This new system controls the brake fluid pressure to the rear wheels by taking advantage of existing ABS components. This process eliminates the mechanical proportioning valve. The hydraulic control unit, HCU, will activate the inlet solenoid valves to achieve pressure hold, controlling the pressure to the rear wheels. The control unit inside the HCU monitors the wheel speed of the front and rear wheels. It then computes how much braking force the rear wheels are generating. The wheel speed difference between the front and rear on a vehicle with a light cargo load generates a higher wheel speed difference and results in lower braking force from the rear wheels. Heavier cargo loads in the rear generate lower speed differences between the front and rear and can receive higher brake fluid pressure. The new Forester taillights have been redesigned, and the complete taillight assembly is now mounted on the body of the vehicle. To service the taillight bulbs, open the rear gate, remove the two bolts, and separate the lamp assembly from the body. The bulbs are reached from the back side of the lamp assembly. All 2003 Foresters are equipped with front side airbags to help protect the driver and front seat passenger. The seats have tags as a reminder for technicians. The front seats are also equipped with active head restraints, which tilt forward in the event of an impact. Forester child seat anchors now have easy open covers to conceal the anchor when not in use. The new Forester also has a rear gate power lock override. In the event of the failure of the electrical lock actuator, where the rear gate is locked in the closed position, access the lock release by removing the plug from the trim panel. Then reach in and move the release lever. The rear gate is shown here in the open position for clarity. The Forester transaxle has been redesigned. The stub axles are now on the end of the inner joint. A small circlip locks the stub to the side gear of the differential. The axle is removed using a new service tool, applying pressure between the axle joint and the differential. This new tool can be used on both manual and automatic transmissions. Due to these changes, a new oil seal and oil seal protector are available. The engine undercover has an access door for the oil filter and oil drain plug. The cover is rotated to one side after removing the 6 trim plugs. There are also 2 inspection doors in the engine undercover. Also new for 2003 is the moonroof safety return. If the moonroof contacts an obstruction when closing, it quickly stops and reverses direction. The 2003 Legacy is basically a carryover from 2002, but there are some new systems. New for 2003 is the installation of the OnStar system, standard on 6-cylinder models. Let's briefly review its operation. The 3-button controls are simple. When performing a PDI on a Legacy equipped with OnStar, press the blue button once and listen to the embedded recording for the OnStar system.
Connecting to OnStar.
When the recording is finished, press the blue button again. Listen carefully for the system to ring. During the first ring, press the white dot button to terminate the call.
OnStar request ended.
This procedure tests all of the OnStar components. Subaru sales staff should become familiar with how the system works. OnStar registration will be performed by the Subaru salesperson. If the vehicle is equipped with the port-installed auto-dimming mirror compass, it will need to be calibrated. Note that this procedure is the same for all Subaru vehicles using the mirror compass. Vehicles are delivered preset to Zone 8 and in the calibration mode. Use the following procedure during PDI. For optimum calibration, switch off all non-essential accessories such as the front windshield wiper de-icer and heater air conditioning system. Drive the vehicle to an open, level area away from large metallic objects or structures. If the vehicle is not already in the calibration mode, press and hold the left button for 3 seconds. Release the button and the compass should enter the calibration mode. Drive slowly in a circle until CAL disappears from the display. It may take 2 or 3 circles. The compass is now calibrated. To program zone settings, press and hold the right button for 3 seconds until the word zone and zone number appear. Refer to the owner's manual to determine the customer's zone. Press the right button repeatedly to cycle the display through all possible zone settings. Stop when the correct zone for the customer's location is displayed. Inform the customer that further calibration may be necessary should outside influences cause the mirror compass to read inaccurately. The customer will know this has occurred if the compass begins to read in only limited directions. Should this happen, perform the calibration procedure again. When performing a PDI on a 2003 Legacy, note that unlike previous year Subarus, the air conditioning leads are already connected. However, the air conditioning relay is installed upside down to disable the system during shipping. Be sure to remove the relay, orient properly, and reinstall. The 2003 Legacy GT is equipped with a Sport Shift shifter. This added control feature of the 4EAT transmission allows the driver to operate the changing of the forward gears by using the special Sport Shift gate. Place the shift lever in the D range and move the shift lever to the right. Once in the Sport Shift gate, the lever can be tapped forward to upshift or backwards to downshift. Changing of the gears in Sport Shift must be timed with the Sport Shift indicator light on the combination meter. A small box at the top of the shift indicator shows the current gear position, along with an arrow pointing up, down, or both. This tells the driver if the current vehicle operation is good for upshifting to the next gear or downshifting to the previous gear. Normally, the shift indicator will illuminate the gear position, but while in Sport Shift, this feature is turned off. Automatic upshifting is not performed while in Sport Shift. Engine over-rev protection is accomplished by fuel cut. A full vehicle stop will result in the TCM activating first gear. At this point, the driver will need to advance the forward gears with the shift lever. A buzzer will activate if the vehicle is going too fast for a downshift. The TCM won't allow a downshift until the road speed decreases. The buzzer will also sound and the transmission won't upshift to fourth if the transmission fluid is too cold. Let's also take a brief look at the new Baja. The Baja combines comfort and good looks with the utility of a light pickup truck. Pull up the rear seat cushion, pull the lever, and the rear bulkhead folds down to accommodate cargo longer than the truck bed. You can drop the tailgate for even longer cargo. The license plate holder has a fold-down feature. If traveling with the tailgate down, the vehicle's license would not be visible. Simply press the 2 buttons and the license plate holder folds down, visible and legal. Inside, note that child seat anchor points are provided. The jack is located in a corner compartment at the rear of the cab, while the compact spare tire mounts under the bed. Remove the plastic plug in the bed to access the winch used to raise and lower the tire. Advise the customer that if a flat tire is placed in the bed, use the long bolt in the toolkit to secure the tire to the center of the bed. The new Baja also has a built-in tow hook. Remove this cover to access the hook if required. Everyone at the dealership has a part in customer satisfaction. Sales staff needs to become familiar with the models they sell. Take the time to show the customer all of the controls and features, how the audio and climate control systems work, and especially all of the safety features. Use the Subaru Quick Reference Guides. They're available for each model and can be used as a guide when familiarizing a new customer with his new Subaru. This completes the 2003 Forester PDI and 2003 New Product Overview. Whether or not your customer is satisfied and will purchase another Subaru vehicle in the future depends to a great extent on everyone involved in the PDI and new car delivery process. Keep your customers satisfied and keep them coming back by doing a good PDI, followed by a careful new car delivery presentation. Each time, every time.